What's going on, everybody? Welcome to TeamBoydTV Presents Game Time. I'll be one of your hosts, Big Q.
And I'm Bernie B.
Alright, this week's episode is brought to you by, once again, SatelliteDirect.com. Live TV streaming on your PC or mobile device. Links to the website will be in the description below. So coming off the Thanksgiving week, you know, family, fun, football, right? You know what I mean? So pretty good stuff, right?
Pretty good stuff.
Right, so where do we sit in our picks?
Okay, so last week you were 10-6.
10-6. That was beast mode.
And I was 11-5.
Oh, boy.
So overall you're 78-57, and I'm 85-50. 7 games back.
All right.
Okay.
Still got some ways to go. We're still good.
Yeah. You want the rundown from last week? Okay, so the Thanksgiving Day games was Green Bay at Detroit. I thought Detroit was going to get the upset.
I did too. A lot of people did. Yeah.
Well, you picked Green Bay.
Yeah, well, I said a lot of people did. But,
Miami at Dallas. I thought Miami was going to get the upset.
Right.
San Francisco at Baltimore. I had Baltimore. Okay.
Disappointed in my 49ers. But yeah.
Whatever. Okay, so the Sunday night game, Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Minneapolis got a team? Well,
yeah. Minnesota at Atlanta. Atlanta got that. Buffalo at New York Jets, the Jets. Cleveland at Cincinnati. Cincinnati got that. Houston at Jacksonville.
Right.
Houston. You picked Jacksonville. I was surprised at that pick. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Tampa Bay at Tennessee.
Right.
Arizona at St. Louis. Arizona got that. Carolina at Indianapolis.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I want to celebrate, but anyway, we got the win. So
you got the win, and you don't have to rock a Dallas jersey.
I don't have to wear a Dallas jersey or a Patriots jersey.
Right.
So whoever's looking forward to seeing that, sorry.
Washington at Seattle.
Right.
Seattle. I mean, Washington got that.
Yeah, that's right.
I picked Seattle. Chicago at Oakland. Oakland got the win. New England at Philly. New England. Denver at San Diego. Denver came out with that win.
Again.
Pittsburgh at KC. Pittsburgh, no surprise.
Yeah.
And my sorry Giants at the New Orleans Saints.
And see, I believe in Eli this week.
I told you they weren't going to win.
Well,
and it's true to form. That offense was just too much for them in that Superdome.
Yeah, it was. It was too much for anybody. I think anybody who had went up against them boys on that day
in that Superdome
would have got whooped.
Yeah, I just think you can't beat them.
If you had to put the Packers in front of them on that day,
they might have caught it.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. So with all that action, I guess I break down the fantasy leaders for all your fantasy people, which I did horribly, in fantasy this week, but it's okay. We got some new people occupying the quarterback position, right? We got Drew Brees at number 1, Tom Brady number 2, Ryan Fitzpatrick, right? Matt Ryan, and your boy, Eli Manning. Yeah, you know what I mean? Running back, Beanie Wells, number 1, yes. That new guy from Washington, Ryan Helu. Yeah?
I just added to my fantasy list.
Oh, you picked him up? No, yeah. He's number 2. He was number 2 last week. Marshawn Lynch, Cedric Benson, and one of my boys, D'Angelo Williams. It's the first time a Carolina Panthers rusher has been up here, right? All right, wide receiver, one of your boys, number 1 in wide receiver fantasy points, Victor Cruz.
Yeah,
right?
He got me good points.
That's right. You got Welker,
Westphal.
Yeah, and Johnny Knox. Another new guy, Lawante Robinson. And Reggie Wayne, right? So at tight end, you got, some mainstays. You got Jimmy Graham, Dustin Keller, Gresham, Gronkowski, and a newcomer, Fred Davis, right? I had never even heard of this dude. Fred Davis was Jacksonville. All right, and then defense was still all over the place, like it always is, like it's been lately. The Titans, the Ravens, Bucks, Rams, and Cardinals, right?
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy stuff. So you don't even really know which way to go when it comes to picking your defense. But that's.
I got Baltimore defense.
Well, so yeah, you know what you was doing.
Yeah.
All right, on to the good stuff, right?
Okay.
So the other morning, I'm laying in the bed. I'm off, right, thinking I was gonna sleep in late. So much breaking news. If y'all was been following the YouTube channel, you saw that I threw up a really quick impromptu video about your boy Ndamukong Suh, right? For the stuff that happened on Thanksgiving Day, punching dude's head in the thing and stomping on him. They got him for 2 games, which I think he's supposed to, as it stands on Thursday, he's supposed to went to court to appeal it. I haven't heard anything whether or not he got the suspension dropped or reduced or whatever. But they got him for 2 games, which I wanted to ask a question, right? With the division being so tight, them being tied at 7-3, 7-4, 7-4 with Chicago, right? And Chicago's hurting too because they lost their quarterback and they kind of figured out what they want to do. And Caleb Haney did a dismal job last week, right? What do you think the next 3 games going forward? If Detroit drops 2 of these 3 games, and let's say Chicago find a way to win 2 of these 3 games, I'm thinking that this Sue suspension is going to pretty much kill the Lions' chances of squeezing into the playoffs.
I think so too. And this week they have a tough game. They're up against New Orleans.
Right. Crazy stuff, right? So, I mean, I wanted to talk about Sue because I know, when you heard the news, you was upset because you liked him. I did too.
I do. I like him. But I think I like him off the field as a person and not as a player. I think as a player, he has some anger management issues he needs to address. Like
I said in the video that I posted on Tuesday, I actually like the edge and the aggression that this one player brought to this Detroit squad, because this squad been a squad that, when people see them, when they see him on their schedule, they be like, whatever, this is just a whatever game, but and Dominic Sue, he's a beast, man, and he's got to find a way to check his aggression.
Yeah, he's got to balance it. He's got to balance. I mean, he's talking about he was trying to get up. I mean, that's the most lame excuse ever. You were obviously pushing this guy's head in the grass, and then you kicked him in his leg.
And everybody saw it. It wasn't like you can kind of try to you had some obscure footage when you couldn't really tell what was going on, but man, I'm telling you, that was bad. And the fact that when they first started labeling this guy as a dirty guy, I refused to believe it because he's such a nice dude.
Right.
And then after I was watching that, and I was like, wow, I can't really defend this guy no more. So I don't know. We'll see what kind of damage control that him and his PR people gonna do to repair his reputation. Because I would hate for him to be in
I don't know. It kind of looks bad because just 2 weeks earlier you go to meet with the commissioner to see what you can do. That was
the bad part about it,
And then here you go 2 weeks later, you mushing somebody in the dirt and kicking on their leg.
Right.
What was the meeting about?
And and one of my things is so I don't want him to fall into that old Terrell Owens syndrome where the team that you play for, they like you there, but they're not going to have you there because of all the negative, impact that you bring to the team. And so then you go to try to trade him and don't nobody want him because they don't want that crap in their locker room.
Right.
So then what do? And then you end up playing for 6, 7 different teams like Terrell Owens, and look at Terrell Owens right now because nobody want nothing to do with him, right? The other thing that kind of got me up really early that morning, Jacksonville Jaguars head coach Jack Del Rio. They fired him about 8:30 on Tuesday morning. Now this is the thing that I was kind of upset. I'm gonna say upset. Well, I disagreed with. All right. When I heard the news, I immediately came downstairs, got on the computer, and pulled up the season stats for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Right. This is what I saw. Morris Jones-Drew, of course, is their number 1 guy. Right. He right on the season on Tuesday, he was at 1,028 rushing yards, right, which is kind of where he usually is, right. Well, plus or minus, 100 or 200 yards, right. But anyway, kind of normal, not like super low or nothing like that. I looked at their wide receivers, right, Hill and I forget what the other guy's name, Thomas, right. Together combined, they got
Mercedes Lewis.
Now Mercedes Lewis is going to be a tight end. I'm going to get to him in a minute. But those 2 wide receivers who were supposed to be, they're wide receivers together, combined, they only got 8 touchdowns on the season. Together.
Wow.
And together, they only got 29 catches together on the season. 29 catches on the season. And you fire your head coach, right? So, and then you got Mercedes Lewis, who was another high-profile dude on the team. Watching the game last week, he dropping balls all over the place, right?
He doesn't drop like 3.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying, why go after the coach? I think the people above the coach, people who pull the trigger on these draft picks and trying to build this team and, traded away the quarterback.
Fired him.
Right. Well, 2 times, right? Because they fired him before, they brought him back, and then they fired him again. Right?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And, when he left and he went to go play with the Steelers when Roethlisberger was suspended and all that kind of stuff. The season before. Yeah. When they went through.
Garage?
Yeah, they went through him, Batch, and.
So Leftwich.
No, yeah, I'm thinking about Leftwich. Yeah, so they fired Leftwich, then got Garrard, then fired Garrard. Okay, there you go. So they traded him away, fired him, whatever. Then bringing these lame old wide receivers.
Right.
Then wasted a real good draft pick on Blaine Gabbert, which I like Blaine Gabbert. I ain't saying nothing bad about him, but he was not ready to play.
Right.
You know, as a starter in the NFL, they should have had Garrard to kind of groom and whatnot. So my question though is, why fire the coach? And why fire the coach at week 13? What is
there's a lot of reasons why they fired the coach. They fired the coach, one, because he wasn't motivating the players to do what they needed to do.
Okay.
Secondly, they fired the coach because they're selling the team to this guy.
Right.
I can't pronounce his name, but they're selling to him, and I think he wants to pick his own coach of his team. And I just think it was a setup, honestly, for the beginning of the season.
Week 13.
If you get rid of your only chance with your quarterback, and you say to the coach, "I want you to take us to the playoffs."
Right.
How you expect me to take you to the playoffs?
What is it left? It's 4 games left in the regular season. Mm-hmm. Why not just let them stay there until the end of the season? They obviously ain't going to the playoffs.
It truly was because they were selling the team.
Right.
And I think the new guy didn't want that he fired him or anything like that. Let that be under the old administration.
That's crazy. I think that's a mess. That's a bad way to set up a new organization with new people by doing crap like that. I think that's just terrible.
I agree.
You know?
I agree.
The whole thing is terrible. Now the other thing, and this didn't happen on Tuesday. This happened today, I think. I got the first tweet early, about 2:00 today. McNabb. Well, first when I first saw the tweet, it said that the Vikings reported that they were going to release McNabb. Then I saw that McNabb actually has been asked to put on waivers because he wanted to try another team out because he don't want to play backup to no Christian Ponder or whatever the case may be. McNabb, man, I thought his career was actually going to die in Minnesota. I don't really see nothing else that McNabb can actually. Even though yes, there's a lot of teams out there right now that's hurting at the quarterback position, but. I don't know, man. I ain't really believing in no number 5 no more.
I believe in number 5 in the right system. And the right system and the only team that he's going to succeed on is the Houston Texans. He needs to get that job desperately. They just got Jake Delhomme. Delhomme ain't going to get it done.
See, the Houston situation, I've been following that on TV, right? And Houston is fully 100% bought into Matt Schaub, right? So yes, he's injured. Yes, he may be out for the rest of the season. Let's say they bring McNabb in. If it's all about winning, I can understand them doing that, right? Just so we can get to the playoffs, so we can get a shot to go to the Super Bowl with Donovan McNabb. But what happens at the end of the season if they don't make the playoffs? Oh, let's say they do. Let's say they do. What do you do with Donovan McNabb at the end of the season, right? And what does that say to Matt Schaub, your guy?
You leave him as a backup.
Schaub or McNabb?
McNabb.
Well, McNabb made it clear that he want to be a starter. He don't.
Well, listen. Let this season run its course, and then after that, we see what we do with you. Let you know up front you're not our starting guy, but we'll give you a start this year. And listen, if this dude takes you to a Super Bowl, for what? Let's just say they get into the playoffs, they run the tables, they win the Super Bowl. You really think they're gonna get rid of McNabb? Schaub's gonna ride the pine.
So and I think that's sad.
Whatever.
Because
whatever.
The reason why I say it's sad is because. It ain't gonna be McNabb winning the last 4 games plus the playoff run. It was Matt Schaub who got him there.
It's the here and now. So either way, I'm just saying, either way you got it made. They could trade away McNabb. Now McNabb can go where he really want to go. His stock is up.
Right.
Or you keep Schaub.
It's some crazy decisions being made. But we'll see what McNabb lands. Right, but. Because they actually
talked about Chicago, they talked about Texas,
and Chicago's the same situation where if they bring him in there and they make a run,
Color's their guy though.
Yeah, I mean they fully bought into Color, right? So I don't know.
McNabb's family is in Chicago,
right? That's what. Yeah, so and I think that's probably where he ultimately want to wind up and finish his career. But we'll see. Now, this is the one that I was thinking about using this as one of the questions that I was going to put out there for the Tuesday show. Okay. Right? But I couldn't help it. I got to do it now, right? Okay. So, your take, and we'll do, when this video goes up, we'll also do a Facebook poll on this, too. Colts, 0-16 or Pack 16-0?
Colts, 0-16.
Why? Why you feel like that?
Because I don't think they're going to get one win. I think they're going to be the one to lose. It's harder to me to win every game than it is to lose every game.
Well, I agree with that, and I also agree that their chances of actually getting a win or two done passed already.
Right.
They should have beat Jacksonville. They should have beat Carolina.
I don't think so now.
Well, Carolina would have been a tougher test than Jacksonville.
Yeah,
but still, they definitely should have won that Jacksonville game, right? Yeah, but 16-0. I mean, it's been a while since we've seen a team go winless, right? You know, I mean,
no, just a few years ago, Detroit did it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I'm looking at the Indianapolis Colts, man, and this is actually the same team that lined up last year and the year before that. Ain't really much changed except for the quarterback.
Right.
So I don't really understand. I don't understand what's going on. Somebody gonna have to break that down to me.
What happened was the Indianapolis Colts built their team around one player. The same thing that the Denver Broncos don't want to do with their team.
Right.
So you make a team so specific to one person. Now, when that one person is out, true, he's the guy directing everything.
Right.
But when he's out, people don't know their positions. People don't know their roles.
That is sad.
They play from behind now, but they've never had to play from behind.
Yeah, you just true.
So,
now,
I see them going 0-16.
On the side note, I saw a tweet, and I don't know how true it is, so I got to check the source on it. But I saw a tweet yesterday, or was it either earlier today? I think it was earlier today while I was at work, that the Indianapolis Colts are prepared to pay Peyton Manning next season and Andrew Luck. Have them both on the squad at the same time. I guess I got to check the sources on that.
I mean, in the perfect world, I'm sure they are.
Right.
I'm sure they got no problem giving Peyton his money.
Right.
And now with the rookie salary cap, the most he can get is $50 million anyway. So they're like, okay. But it's like the guy, what's his name, Brian Billick said this morning, the clock starts. When you get Andrew Luck, Peyton Manning now is on the clock.
That's right.
They let you know that. So at the end of the day, I'm wondering, is Peyton going to be able to handle that? Not that he seems like an egotistical guy.
I don't think so. I think he will.
He's the guy in charge, and I think he likes it like that.
I mean, it might be time to pass the torch, though. It might be 13 seasons. Yeah, you know, so I don't know. So the Pack 16, you think that's actually going to be a reality, or you don't think that's going to happen?
It's not going to happen.
Well, according to what I've been seeing all week, now, of course, people said the same thing last week when the Packers faced the Lions on Thanksgiving Day. That everybody thought that the Lions was going to win that. When for a split second, it looked like it was going to happen, right?
Right.
Now they're saying your boys is going to be the ones that do it.
Bold prediction.
Now, here's the situation,
prediction
right?
alert. Boop, boop.
The Giants have been put in a situation like this before.
That's right, and we came out.
You're right. So I'm just saying, if anybody can do it,
it's my Giants.
The Giants can do it, right?
That's right.
And this is the reason why. For whatever reason, don't nobody know how to go after an unsackable, quote unquote, unsackable quarterback like the New York Giants, right?
Right.
Also, the Giants can, on a good day, match points with the best of them. On a good day, now. I mean, they can't do it all the time.
Defense prohibits other teams from getting points. So
absolutely.
yeah, they can match when they do that part.
So, and they're saying that the Giants will be the number one contender to take them out. And if the Giants can't get it done, the next up the bat will be Chicago, right? So,
no, New Orleans.
Well, I don't know. I didn't see New Orleans in the list of stuff that I was reading today.
Well,
because I know when week one,
first,
and it was a tight little race.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So
what, 3 points?
Yeah. So I mean, so you got New York, New Orleans, and then Chicago. One of them three teams is gonna get it.
I think so.
One of them three teams is gonna get it.
It takes a lot to win 16 games.
It really does. It really does.
You think about it, this team has been winning since last season.
So
yes. Come on, they're going to be tired.
Right.
Do you think in week 15, 14, that if a guy's a little hurt, I'm going to be playing him?
Right.
For what?
Well,
so we have a perfect season, but then we don't win the Super Bowl.
Right. I mean, and everybody know, you get clowned for life for going that far.
There's no way you can go into the perfect season without talking about the Patriots and how they lost.
Right, because it was pathetic. It was fun to watch for football fans.
Oh, I enjoyed it.
It was awesome, right? The other thing is that Mike McCarthy and Rodgers and them and a couple of other dudes went on TV and said, yes, we're going for it.
Good for them.
Right?
I mean,
so
that's the way you should feel. But I'll say this much. That same thing happened as soon as the Patriots started talking like that. Mm-hmm. They did that little movie before the Super Bowl. They were, the perfect season, and they lost. I'm just leery of those who feel they were standing.
So, I mean, and they asked Tony Dungy about the whole pulling the starters, before they won the Super Bowl or whatever, and was it, they had a chance to go undefeated, whatever they pulled starters the last couple games of the season. And they ended up winning the Super Bowl because he protected his people. Obviously, McCarthy is not going to do that.
I mean, but then you have it on the other hand where the Indianapolis Colts did the same thing. They played New Orleans and they ended up losing.
Right, because the guys were out of rhythm. Right. So, I mean,
I just feel like this whole thing of a perfect season is fine. If it happens, it happens. But to say that, like I'm gonna try to go after it.
Well, if I'm one of them teams that's left on that schedule, after seeing them dudes talking about, oh yeah, we feel like we can do it, we definitely gonna go for it. I mean, I'm gonna go for it too. I'm gonna make sure it don't happen. You know what I mean?
So there were concussions and
right.
broken knees.
I mean, I think that people these last couple games that Green Bay gonna have to play.
They're gonna be the toughest game.
They are, because people gonna try to take them out.
Right.
So I don't know. You say that the Colts got a better chance of not winning versus the Pack going undefeated.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to win in the NFL.
I gotta agree. And so, if you check the Facebook page a little bit later, there'll be a poll there. And I'll say, I'm asking you guys, who do you think got a better chance? Colts going winless or the Packers going undefeated? Just check the Facebook page and let us know how you feel about that. So that's all the news I got. So let's what's on tap.
All right. So the week 13.
No buys. All the buys are over.
All the buys are done.
Good stuff.
The Thursday night game is Philly at Seattle.
Philly at Seattle. Philly's season is on the line, and for the next 4 games, whenever they play, their season is on the line. And then they're gonna need some miracles from other people too in order to get in. They gotta win. I think this one they can win. Vince Young been looking good. He proved to me over the last 2 games that this dude is ready to play. Now I did clown him. He's been throwing a lot of interceptions and they've been looking good. But he's been proving that he can lead this team. We just need to see with that secondary if they're gonna step up to the plate. One of those high profile dudes is playing in this game. Is Asamoah playing in this game?
He's not playing. I think his knee is hurt.
Right.
Another dude is not playing. Macklin?
Oh, the wide receiver Macklin. Okay, so now they kind of changed things a little bit. Now
I'm going Seattle.
Wow. So I think I'm going to go with the Eagles just because I feel like the Eagles need to do something. They need to do something, right?
Okay. Oakland at Miami.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get an edge to Oakland on this. Oakland is on a roll.
Okay, you know. Oakland. I'm going Miami.
Wow.
Atlanta at Houston.
The Falcons ain't been looking too good lately, and so
they don't play good away from the dome.
They don't. So I'm going over the Texas with, and we don't even know who they start. They didn't. Who's gonna be their starter this week?
For Houston?
Yeah.
Yates.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. So they down to their third guy. Terrible.
I know Matt Lyons just throwing the ball and die.
He need to do something. He need to go somewhere and never ever even think about putting on the NFL uniform ever again. That dude is awful. He's a disgrace. To
he got hurt.
I don't care. Look at this dude's track record, man.
I'm just saying.
Everybody need to wash their hands of Matt Lyons. I think he's done. He's finished. I'm just saying.
He can't help an injury.
I don't know, man. He went up and do just like. When Vince Young got signed to the Eagles, he was all happy to come there because he thought he would never have to take a snap. I think Leonard is the same way. He just wanted to be somewhere sitting on somebody's bench, and can tell the chicks, "Hey, I'm an NFL quarterback."
Oh,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That dude suck.
Detroit and New Orleans.
Detroit and New Orleans. So with them almost 100 points put up again by the Saints, man, it's hard to put against them.
At the Superdome.
At the Superdome again. Damn, Lions. Too bad. I can't do it.
Baltimore at Cleveland.
Okay, in Baltimore. Yeah, in Baltimore, they need to go ahead and smash these dudes so they can go on to the real chances. When do they? They're done with Pittsburgh into the playoffs, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, good.
Carolina at Tampa Bay.
Divisional game, which ain't really gonna mean nothing to the Carolina Panthers, but it mean a lot to the Bucks. What we playing at? We're playing at Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going my Panthers though.
That's what I'm going Panthers too for some reason. I haven't really seen a lot from Tampa Bay.
Right.
Okay, New York Jets at Washington.
Yeah, the Jets.
Yeah, I'm going Jets too.
Right.
Okay, so now we have Kansas City at Chicago.
Yeah, I'm going to Chicago with that one.
Tennessee at Buffalo.
Wow, Buffalo. You know what? I used to like Buffalo until this stupid little dude, Stevie Johnson, man. I think this dude got a mental problem or something.
You think?
I think something seriously wrong with him.
I concur.
Did you see the little stupid little... Yeah, you got him for $10K for that.
Good.
I would have hit him for a little bit more because that was disrespectful. That was tasteless.
They did say, though, the next day that he not only texted Plexico, but he called him to apologize.
Man, if I was Plexico, I would have whooped his ass. I would have risked getting suspended. I would have went over there and punched that dude. And just because of that, I'm not picking him because Stevie Johnson makes me sick right now.
You're hard on it.
Sorry, I had to do it. That was gross. I'm just saying,
I'm gonna ride with you.
Right.
Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. So Cincinnati get a second shot at Pittsburgh.
They get a second shot at Pittsburgh, and you know what? I picked them last time. They let me down. I'm gonna pick them again.
Are you?
I'm picking them again.
And they're gonna be at Heinz.
I know, but I'm rooting for the Bengals, man.
Okay.
I'm rooting for that team. That team is a nice little young, hot little team, and I want to see them make the playoffs, man. I think if they make it, they're gonna do some damage, but they gotta make it first. And they losing these divisional games and a good look.
Denver at Minnesota.
Wow. Okay. So everything's set up this time for T-Boy them to have a pretty easy game.
Okay, let me give you a piece of information.
Yeah.
No AP.
Wow. So it's even easier for T-Boy, right? So it's even easier for T-Boy. T-Boy actually threw a little bit in the last game.
Did. Did.
Couple. I'm just saying. I can't. It's hard for me to pick against them T-Boy right now. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, remember the beginning of the show, I wanted to see.
You really want to pick them too.
Right.
So he's playing. Yeah, you have to go T-Boy.
And he only lost one game.
Only lost one game.
I'm saying I'm picking Tim Tebow.
Okay.
I'm on the bandwagon officially.
Dallas at Arizona.
Dallas Cowboys. So they're gonna win this one. And they're gonna just walk right into the playoffs, which is sad, just so they can get bounced out. Well, if they have to face the Giants in the playoffs, that's going to be the thing, right?
Right.
But they pretty much are going to walk right into the playoffs, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
The game of the week: Green Bay at New York Giants.
Man, so I want to see as much as I look. Don't get me wrong. I like what the Packers are doing. I think they are the most talented, well polished team in the NFL right now. But this whole undefeated thing, they need to get this monkey off their back. So I'm rooting on the Giants to go ahead and take them out of their misery.
I'm rooting on the Giants too.
I still think the Packers will probably end up, repeating the Super Bowl champion, but I think
need a loss to
they do. They do, so they can just
get back to normal.
Right? Yes, absolutely. And I think the Giants will give them that. They'll be like, "Look, y'all need us to take them. We'll do that for you.
We'll help you.
Yeah, so we'll take care of it.
St. Louis at San Francisco.
Yeah, so the 49ers, they kind of got embarrassed last week, and they let me down on Thanksgiving.
They get embarrassed. That was a good game.
It was, man, but I don't know.
One touchdown.
But the 49ers came in as the favorites, though. The 49ers came in.
And then they should have got stomped. How you coming into my house as the favorite? No
because
way.
That's just the way it was set up. Because the Ravens ain't did as much as the Niners have. Even though
that defense put a spanking.
Even though the Ravens playing a much tougher division, but I'm just saying, but they let me down. But I'm going with the Niners this time, though.
Me too.
Yeah.
St. Louis.
Right. Yeah.
Indianapolis at New England.
This is the week that the Colts went. Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking. Yeah. What if though? What if?
No.
Okay.
No. Stop. Tom Brady would have to get back a Super Bowl ring.
I know, right? Oh, that would be the funniest thing in the world. I would never stop laughing about that. Hey, when is that game being played? I wonder if I can watch that one.
That is 8:20.
Oh yes, yeah, because that would be something.
That would be hilarious.
Yes, it would.
San Diego at Jacksonville.
Yeah, so if San Diego, man, San Diego, I feel so.
I've never seen Philip Rivers play like this.
No, this is bad.
I think there's a secret injury. I think he is hurt.
I don't think it's a secret injury. I think he done got somebody pregnant that he don't need to be getting pregnant. I think he done got some black girl pregnant. You know what I mean?
Did you really just say that?
Because something bothering this kid, man.
His wife just had a baby.
Okay, his wife. I'm just saying.
Number 6.
I'm just saying.
That's probably the problem right there.
I think got a little brown beige baby in his future somewhere, and it's distracting.
San Diego at Jacksonville. Who you got?
Well, Jacksonville just fired their coach, man, so they probably go. And this is good for Rivers because he'll finally get a win. If we done lost 5 in a row.
San Diego.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. That's the week. So crazy.
I'm just saying. I don't know what's wrong with that dude. All right, so that's the week. That's all our picks for the week. Again, our social networks, you can hit us up on Facebook, which Facebook is 2,500 fans strong. Thank you guys for putting up with us and doing that. And somebody's supposed to be supplying y'all with some content, but y'all get on her about that. Our YouTube people, I am so proud of you guys. We eclipsed the 4,000 subscriber mark. Thank you guys for all that. Twitter, we have eclipsed, we have around 2,600 followers on there, which is good stuff. And as always, you can hit us up on the Facebook and hit us up on Twitter, or check us out right here on YouTube. Again, our show is being brought to you by who?
Satellite Direct.
.com.
Streaming live TV to your PC or your mobile device.
Absolutely. That's going to do it for us, y'all. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.